Happy Easter, everyone. We've got a brand new one-day special launching right here, right now. But you know what? You've already gone and found it, haven't you? Yes, you have, you cheeky chicks. And it's already selling. We're already very, very busy. Oh, my word. We've got Lou joining us in a few moments' time. But I want to take you through the deals from Studiolight that we've got for you. I absolutely love these, and so do you. I saw a Facebook Live with Lou earlier on today using these stamps, and they looked incredible. What we've got here is a whole complete set for you. We've got two different choices in your one-day special. This is your Voyage from Home. Look at that seahorse. Look at the detail that you've got behind there. Even just using that on its own, on some coloured paper, looks amazing. But when you start to add all the different techniques that we're going to be seeing in the demonstrations from Lou, you'll see it really come to life. Use these with your journals, use these for your cards, for your pieces of artwork, use them even on fabric as well with your fabric inks. It's going to look sensational. Look at that price, saving £10, £27.96 today. It's an incredible deal, it really is. 163994, it's going very, very quickly, but those are the details. If you give us a call or head to the website hochanda.com. That's your first option. Your second option is your Floral and Fauna. Again, equally as fantastic, with lots of different elements that you've got in here. Let me just lift this up to show you the stamps. You've got your flowers in there, you've got your light as well, and all the little bits in the background. Can you see that? You've got musical notes in that, you've got sketchy details, you've got script in there as well, you've got a measuring tool, that lovely bird that's in there as well, that looks like a lark, and it's not larking around, it's sitting there waiting for you to stamp it out. We've also got your sentiments in there included with those flowers. When you get them home, have a look at the detail that's in there, pick it out, use all of the stamp or just use part of it. You've got your extra stamps in there as well for building and layering and building up your backgrounds. Then you've got that fantastic bee with your buds in the background, you've got your thistles in there, and you've also got your butterflies as well. £26.96, 163994 is your item number. So that's your one-day special with the choice of two. We've also got another collection that's available for you. Love this. In this, you've got your washi tape, you've got your stamps, and you've got your dies as well. Love these because with the dies, you're going to put these through your die cutting machines and you're going to get those extra details. I think these will look fantastic in white. I think they'll look great if you cut them out in a silver style card as well, or white, to add that extra detail. Again, it's about building and layering up. If you want to get this, it's saving £10, £29.98, 193173. You've got that great washi tape as well in true Studiolight grunge style. Even the packaging is fantastic, isn't it? Now, your one-day special and the deals that we have are only for the 24 hours that we're here for. Your one-day special new hours are 6 p.m, 8 p.m. Tomorrow, we have repeats overnight. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m, 12 p.m, and your final call at 4 p.m. But we're also very, very busy for that complete collection. Guess what? 30% of the stock has already gone, and that complete collection are your two one-day special options and the collection of the grunge that we've just showed you right there of your stamps and your dies. £59.90, but if you're a Freedom member, you're carrying over your savings. You're saving £31.99. I'm told this is flying out the door. Because it's over £30 as well, you can divide the cost into 3 payments. Oh, 2 payments? It's 3. We're going to change it. Change it, change it, change it. Because it's over £30. We're in this extravaganza. We're in the Easter Extra Flexi event. So we're going to divide that cost into 3. Here we go. £59.90, saving 26. This is for the complete collection. Now let's divide. Oh, it is on 3. We're going to refresh it. We'll refresh that. Do you know what the first payment is? It's probably about £19 or something like that. Anyway, whilst we do that, oh, we're so busy, we're so busy, we're so busy. We've got Lou joining us. Hello, Lou.
Hello, my lovely.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Are you having a lovely Easter Sunday?
Well, I'm just glad we was finishing off all the filming from some other stuff. But yeah, we're just chilling. Nowhere to go, like.
Now, Lou, have you had lots of chocolate today?
We haven't had any, and I've got some chocolate in the fridge, but no, we haven't had any. Have you had any yet?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet. But I'll tell you something. Lots of people are going for this. I was just, see, I'm trying to emulate Lou with my glasses. See that? Lou, so many people are going for the one-day special, but they're going for the complete collection as well. How fabulous is this collection, Lou?
I'm just looking at the price because, like I've always said, I don't have anything to do with that, and I'm like, what? Wait, hang on. I'm like, oh, is that right? Is that right? And that's a good deal.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about Studiolight? Because I know you work very, very closely with them.
Yeah, well, I've been with them nearly 3 years now. Well, 2 years, sorry, and I've been at Hochanda 3 years. But I've just seen them grow so much. But I've seen that the styles really, really change. And I've said this before, but I can't say it enough. They really listen to what people want. And I've listened and to what people have told me, and I've fed it back. And it's all coming through in these stamps because they just go for ever and ever, but they go for everybody, and anyone can use them for whatever reason. And I think that's the beauty of it. They've got longevity, but multiple practical sort of.
Do you know what I like about them as well? Because you've got so many different elements in there, you can use the whole complete stamp, or you can take little elements out of there, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've done that in some of the demos. You see me do the whole thing, and it's really, you can't get, well, I find that I can't get tired of these collage stamps because it's like each time I look at it, I see something different in it and go, oh, didn't see that. I'll try that bit. But yeah, you're so right. You can use individually or the whole thing.
Now, we've seen some samples on the screen at the moment. I hope you can see this as well, Lou. Samples that have been sent in. And that's doing exactly what you said, using different elements of the stamps in different areas to build and create that full design.
Yeah, and some of these are from the Dutch team, and we're really lucky because they've got it there. So it was really, really lucky that they were able to send some images in. And I just love the way that you can have one single stamp and a multitude of different interpretations. The gorgeous samples, really, really beautiful.
I adore the sample we just saw with the seahorses then bringing it out in that lovely orange colour. Again, would you say the beauty of these stamps, if you were just using black ink, they look very striking, but using colour with them as well, don't be afraid to use colour.
Yeah, totally. And, you know, in some of the sort of VTs, you'll see me looking at colour charts and everything, and that's it. I think once you've got a stamp like this, you can bring in colour because the stamping's done for you. But if you're more experienced, then you can go the opposite way and add all your own stuff in. So, yeah, I think this is sort of great to dip your toe in, but great for someone like me who just wants to sort of experiment. So, well, it's a win-win.
Yeah, it is, and you're right, experiment with them as well. And if you've got a fine liner pen, one of your micron pens, you can extend the sketching detail that's in the stamps as well, which I think is always really nice.
Yeah, and if you do a bit peak-tongue, you know, if you miss a little bit, it's not the end of the world on one of these stamps because you don't know if it's actually meant to be. Or if you miss a part, that get your pen out, like you said, draw it back in.
Yeah, I love that. And am I right in saying you can use these with fabric inks if you want to? Because I think these would look fabulous on some fabric designs.
You know, I hadn't even thought about that, but one of the samples you see me do first, I'm going to now go away and do that on fabric because you've inspired me, yeah?
Yeah, it would look magnificent. It really would. Lou, do you know that half the stock has already gone since we've been talking to you?
Do you know what? It feels like I'm there.
Oh, do you know what? I wish you were. And I wish I could give you... Oh, we really do miss you. I mean, everything is being dispatched on the 20th of April. It's not long to wait for the items. It's, oh my goodness, half the stock has gone, Lou. Half the stock has gone.
You know, when I'm there and we get a collection like this and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? Tap dance. Well, at least you've got videos now and I don't have to tap dance.
Yeah, and we do have those demonstrations lined up. So thank you, Lou. One, for joining us on the show. Two, for doing your Facebook Live today because you featured some of the stamps from the show. And just thank you for doing the videos and sending them in because we know that all our guests, including yourself, are working very, very hard to keep Hochanda going. Yeah, so
you work really hard.
We absolutely, really do miss you. Can't wait to see you again here in the studio. But keep up all the good work on Facebook. Your Facebook Lives are so inspiring. They've inspired me to get into crafting, and that's saying something. So So thank you for all your hard work,
And
Lou.
yours has inspired me. I love them.
Oh, thank you, Lou.
I really look forward to seeing everybody, and stay safe, everybody. And
Yes.
I'll be back together soon.
All right, Lou, thanks very much. Thanks for joining us. See you later. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, it's our lovely Lou. We do miss her. We do miss her. My goodness, we're so busy for that complete collection. Oh, my word. They're flying out the door. It's a great price, though, and you can divide the cost into 3. Did we sort that now? So when we spin that round, you'll see the price. Now that usual price, £85.90, you're making that saving of £26. But for £19.97 today, you can get the full set home. It really is amazing. And if you're a Freedom member, it's even better. Oh, windy pops. It's even better. You don't pay any P&P. And Freedom members today, you too can divide the cost into 3. We'll spin that round. And today, the price for Freedom, there you go, £17.97. £17.97. Oh my goodness. The producer just said she can't even keep up, we're so busy. Oh my word, oh my word. But we do have some great demonstrations coming up from Lou to show you what you can do with these stamps, whatever you're going for, whether you're going for the one-day special, 2 choices there, or the complete collection. But let's face it, for £17.97 today, another payment in a month after that, another payment a month after that, it's worth going for the whole complete collection, it really is. Right, we do have some demonstrations from Lou, and I think we're heading that way right now to see the first one. Here it is.
Hi, hope everybody's okay out there. Just want to show you that Studiolight bring a series of products called Essentials, and these are all stamp and die sets. So what are stamp and, well, they're exactly that. You get the stamp and the die that fit together, but it's a really beautiful sort of idea of compact. They're not huge, but you don't want them to be, and you can make, without being rude, a 5-minute card. So I was looking at these and thought there's so much more to them than this, and I was in particular looking at this, but all those techniques that we know we could put on this. So what you get on each one is the dies that fit the stamps, and then you get sentiments. Some you don't get sentiments in. The one I'm using today doesn't have a sentiment. So what we've got on the word, I've got the bird and I've got the flowers. So I'm going to choose that one. So the first thing I've done is I've got a piece of white card. This is pink frog card because I really love this. And I've got one of the stencils from the one day special. Now looking at this, I need it to be quite dainty and sort of pretty. So you've got an option. Now we could use this one or maybe even this one. I quite like this lacy one. I think it's got a really lovely feel. So what I've done is decided that I'm going to use this. And I've got an aperture in it. So turn my car over, like magic, there's one. So I've made an aperture in there. You don't have to. You can just draw around anything and cut it out. And I'm going to keep that in there because what I'm going to do is use this as a mask and a stencil. So I'm just going to place that there. And I'm just going to get something like peacock feathers, which is going, it's got to be one of my favourites. And I'm going to get my distress pad, just a tiny bit. And I mean a tiny bit. You can add, you can't take it away. So I always try, because these are strong colours. And remember, we've got this aperture here. So let's go lightly, very lightly, and just introduce. And remember, you're going to go over there. Not all over, you just want a little bit like almost a shadow. And I'm not known for being delicate, as we know that. But I am going to do my usual 3 areas. And then I'll just lift up to see. You can see I still need a little bit more, but I'm quite happy that it's not too much. So a little bit down there, because I'm going to think about putting the bird and the flowers all together. So let's have a look. A bit more there, a bit darker I think. I can go a bit darker. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So tiny bit. So if I take that away and show you, you can see I've got a tiny bit, not a lot, just a small bit, but don't lose that because we're going to be using that in a minute. So if you want to, you can go back in with another, just a tiny little bit more with another one. I think I just want to put a little bit more of a sort of echo around the side of it, just to give it, that's it, a little bit more interest. And you can do this with the stencils because they all work well together. That's it. And you can see. I maybe want to bring a little bit up here just to lengthen and broaden the work out that way. And let's see, yeah, that's it. So now let's take my circle away. Yes, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that because we're going to have a bird here and flowers there. So you go that. Now when you've done that, you leave that to one side and you get your card. And then you get your card, you go and get your die cuts, and you die cut all the birds. Now the birds, this is again the pink frog. You die cut all your birds out, or how many you want, and then you get your stamps and you can see how well they just stamp over. So you cut first and then stamp. So this is the part you can go away and do now. I'll go away and finish mine. But if you just want, I'll just show you how easy it is to stamp. So you get that. We've got the black ones there, and I'll just show you how easy it is. I'm using archival ink for this. You can use, you know, your preference. So let's see, this is the middle one. And they're quite easy to line up. They're quite easy to line up because it's got like a little bump down there. So I know when I do that, it's going to fit. So ink up your stamp. They're really well etched, these actually. And just hover over. Sorry, my head's in the way. Stamp. Perfect. So I'll do perhaps another one to show you. So you can see you've got a really nice bevel around the edge. Stamp. Straight up and done. So you can keep going as many as you want. You've got the others. Do as many as you want, and then we'll come back here in a minute to colour. Right, okay, but the part of this part of the show is going to be about is analogous colours. Analogous colours means that next to each other on a colour wheel. So, you know, if you start here, you go all the way around there. So I've been looking at this. So I thought these blues and greens, analogous colours, will work really well. So I'll just show you how I've done this first. So to do this, it's really quite simple. You can use watercolours, you can use your pens, you can use anything you want. And all I've done here is I've just chosen a spot near where the feathers are underneath, just very gently. It's not watercolour card, but it works quite well. And blend out really simply. And this is just a waiting game with this because once it's wet, you've got to sort of leave it to dry. You can add colour on top, so you can bring in a little bit of lemon from the opposite end. And because it's analogous, which means near it, you can blend it and you get the lovely greens happening. So really simple to do. So I've done that. Another little tip is if you cut a spare one out, what you can do is use it as a shadow later on if you so desire. And I'll show you what we're going to do. So I'll bring back in at ours. So we've got our circle there and our lovely little colours are going to be here. But I want to do something in here because I want us ready for a sentiment there. Now I'm not that known for sentiment, so, you know, thinking to me, I've done some on the other ones that are really good. So just to show you, all the colours are there, all that's coloured in. But there's this. What am I going to do with this? Well, I'll be honest with you, I really like that shape. But I thought, well, how am I going to do this so I can get this lovely analogous feel there? And I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll get my pen. And I'm just going to, bear with me, get my pen. And this is the colour. And this is a koi, and it sort of goes with that. I'll get my what colour wheel. It's analogous, look, it's in that line. And I'm just going to draw a line. Now, this, you're like, oh, what's she doing? What's she doing? It is quite scary. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, but just be careful. You don't want to go too sort of Pete-tongue. Now it looks absolutely atrocious, but what it has done is giving you a dark outline there. Then what you do, look at that, it looks awful. Then what you do is you get your analogous colours again, which already we've got the koi water, the brush down. I'm just going to introduce a tiny bit of colour to the edge and activate the koi marker. It's not a watercolour. Don't go over that line. Don't go over that line at all. That's not what you want. You want it to sort of now to come out. So you don't go outside it. Oh, I have. She said don't do it, and then blooming does it. So I'll just do a bit down here. So you go up to the fibre line that you are. Now bear in mind this is not watercolour paper, so I will get a slightly different reaction. But I actually really like what this does. It sort of pulls the water up and makes it almost 3D. So blend it and blend it and blend it, and then I'll finish blending in a minute and come back. Right, okay, so
there we go.
I went away.
I love it. I love it. I love watching Lou. She's so inspiring. She really is. Oh my word, we're so busy. We're so busy. Oh, we're running here. We're running there. We're making sure everything's. We've got stock for you for now. Right, let's take a look at what we've got. Okay. We are looking at the one-day special. One-day special is launched 6 o'clock every day here on Hochanda, and you get a saving for 24 hours. But this is going to be while stocks last, I'm afraid, because, oh my goodness, it's flying out the door. We've got stock at the moment, so you can add it to your basket. The details on your screen at the moment, I believe, are for the full collection. The details on your screen are for the full collection. So that's what so many people have been going for. And your full collection includes both your one-day special options and then the set with the washi tape of your stamps and your dies. 70% of the stock of that complete collection, that's set number 1, set number 2, and you've got the set right there. I think we're showing you that on camera 6 in a moment. So there we go. Hiya. So it is mad. We have got the whole set here for you, but 70% of the stock has gone. Oh my word, we can't even catch our breath. We really can't. It's a great price though for that whole complete set. And you're making your savings, and you can also divide the cost into 3. So for that whole complete set, if you're a Freedom member, oh my word, £53.91, but you can divide that cost into 3, but you're saving £31.99 for that whole complete collection that we've got for you there. It really is marvellous. So you've got your stamps, and you've also got your dies and your washi tape included with that complete collection. Do you know what? I think we might even have to just shimmy it all together next time we see you, because that is what you're getting, the whole complete collection. It's marvellous designs here, so many details in there as well with that complete collection. 977148 is your item number. Right, let's get into another demonstration so you can check out your baskets, we can get organised for you, and you can get some inspiration. Here you
go. Look at these stamps. Oh my goodness me, I so wish I was there. So I'll have to try my best to do the best for these, because these are crazily amazing. Anyway, so this is Grunge 4, and it's absolutely stunning. We've got these stamps. This one I'm going to use in my first demonstration. I was like, what do we do? What do we do? So I'm going to do a really quick but powerful, strong, really colourful card. So I've got the stamp, which is the 446, which is, it'll be, I don't know what the collection's called, but it's the seahorse. And I want to just show you, when you get your packaging, sorry about the glare, you're going to get the backing sheet. Now this is perfect for knowing where you want. So I'm going to use alcohol inks with this, so I know where I want my colour to be. So I'm going to look at keeping these areas sort of vacant, but I'm only going to use a bit of colour here. So I sort of know. I'm using the actual Yupo paper. I'm using one of the opaque ones. I think it's 85, I'm not too sure. But anyway, it's matte as well, it's not shiny. So what I'm going to do is start, now I have got a mixture of Pinata and Adirondack inks, but I am starting with the light. So I'm going to put a background of, this one is Sandal, and I'm just going to put the light ones, squirt. Don't go too mad. I am really heavy-handed with these, so I really have to hold back, and it really sort of gets to me a bit, but hold back, it's the best way. So then I'm going to put on a little bit of this one is Citrus. So again, concentrating in the middle, in that line going down. So now I have got a little bit of Lemonade. Now it's a yellow, but it's a sort of a, it's not overpowering. And these are all the colours, remembering where this goes. So you look at it again and remember where that goes, lift it away. And we're going to put some darker colours in now. But remember, some of these are crazily dark, so just be warned. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of, oh, here we go. This one's beautiful. This one is Aqua. So I'm going to start up with building with the blues. And I'm just trying to put them in areas around. So I already like that, and then you get this wonderful action. Look at those move now, look at the move. It's just wonderful to see him moving, especially when I put a darker one in. I've gone with bottle now. This is one of the darker ones, so I would be very sparing this. So if it doesn't work like that, don't worry, it'll work with the next colour because we're building it all up. So next I have got, let's go with lettuce. Now, you won't get that instant wow with these at the moment. Well, not, I know you get a wow, but to me it's not as much as you do when you start putting the extender and stuff on. So I'm really happy with that, but I'm going to put in now the Pinata clean-up solution actually, and I'm just going to blob it, and that is the operative word. And these concentric circles won't stay like this. I wish they would come up with something that just captured it, stop like that, but it doesn't. So give it a minute to move, and as it moves, it sort of settles down. Bear in mind, again, that's going to go over there. Now don't worry about these parts, because these parts will all sort of mingle up in a bit. Now the next one I'm going to use is the Claro extender. So if that was anybody at home, maybe a Ranger product, you'd have the blending solution. So this is similar. So I'm just going to lighten up the middle areas. There we go. So again, because I have tried this before, and I noticed that, you know, I have to make sure I can see my wonderful seahorse and the shell there. So I'm really happy with that. Now a little tip is don't worry too much about these, because what we can do is we can use them later on to do some foiling. So when they dry like that, they actually dry sticky and you can apply foil. But if you're a bit worried and you don't want them, lift some off just a little bit and perhaps blend in some colours like that. So lift a little bit off, just a tiny bit off there, and maybe put some little shapes just now and again. So if you've not got much green out here, just add a little bit there and a bit there. Okay, so what you do need to do is just to let that dry and be really patient with it, because we're going to let the stamp now will do all the work. We've done that. All we're going to do is remember the stamp now will do the work.
I love that demonstration. That was fascinating, wasn't it? And then just using the acetate to place the stamp so you know where it goes. Absolutely genius. I love that. Right, we've moved over to talk about some background stencils that we've got for you. Now, we've got a set of 3 here. You've got that lovely flowering mandala style in the middle, and you've got the 2 smaller designs that build up those excellent patterns. With them, you also get, let me just bring this in, you get a little ring, so that you can actually attach all these 3 together, so you never lose them, which is brilliant. And you also get some washi tape as well. These are your glass windows backgrounds, they're your stencils, and you also get your rainbow washi tape. Look at that from your Essentials, love them. £18.99, saving £6. That is a sensational deal. Use these with your texture paste. I tell you what, I'd love to use these with the texture paste I've got at home. Use them in their entirety, but you can also use them little bits and little elements of them as well. So that's your first option, £18.99, 510686. And then we've got the bottom ones as well, as you can see right there, different style to these. You've got lovely swirls in there, the flower style patterns as well. I do like set number 2, a little bit different, isn't it? Using the whole stencil or just using part of it, you can see with the different designs that you've got in here, this one in particular, you could just use that part of it if you want to, or you could use all of it. What I would do with that, I've got some texture paste at home from Pearly Winks, and it's all different colours, all bright, bold colours. I would just put a whole different shades of colours all over that and then just lift the stencil up and see what was left behind. Oh, I really want to do that now. I really want to do that. Wonderful designs, and with those 3 you also get the washi tape. You get 2 packs of washi tape, £18.99, 987649. Now, let's just take that washi tape. There's method in my madness. How about going for all 6? £22.94 for all 6. That is an incredible deal. 60% of the stock has gone. It doesn't surprise me. You've already found them. They are brilliant, aren't they? They are fantastic. My only regret is that I can't go out the studio and get upstairs and order them. You are going to get them and pop them in your basket and check on out before I can even get my little grubby hands on them. And I'll tell you something, I would love to use these. They are fabulous. Love the design of them because I like the fact that it gives you that lantern shape, that lovely window shape if you wanted, or you've got the elements within to use with your inks or with your textured paste. Oh my goodness, they're very big. I'm so jealous of you. So jealous, so jealous. So without the washi tape, you can have all 6, or you can go for 2 sets of 3 and have the washi tape. It's going to be entirely up to you, but so many of you are going for the full set of 6 without the washi tape. That's the best value for money. 042325. Everything's going to be dispatched on the 20th of April. You lucky people. Lucky people. Right, let's have a look at that complete collection that's also very busy. Oh my word, I've got to tell you right now. 3/4 of the stock of the one-day special is gone in 31 minutes. Now, a one-day special is supposed to last 24 hours. That's the complete collection that you're seeing there. I don't know whether it's going to last this hour. I really don't. Oh my word. Right. You are getting that whole complete collection right there at a great price. You can divide it into 3 as a Freedom member, no P&P, £17.97 today for all of that. And then another payment in May and another payment in June. Wow, no wonder we're busy. No wonder we're busy for the complete collection. No wonder we're busy for the stencils as well. We've got more demonstrations from the fabulous Lou Withers, and here she is now with another demo for you.
Hello everybody again. Oh goodness me, look at these stamps. I'm in heaven. Today I'm going to use this one, and it's a large, nearly A4 stamp. And it's got all these wonderful elements. So we've got the bird, we've got the flowers, we've got the scripts, we've got blueprints, we've got writing, all sorts. So with that, I thought I'd get out these worker ones as well, because you have got some great little stamp on here. So I've got this one out, I've got the other one out, and I've got this one out. So I thought, if you look at that lovely line there, it'll just fit in there. So if I wanted to extend this, maybe pull it out with that. So I'm going to do that. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to colour each region of this on the stamp with pens. So without further ado, I'll get my stamping block, and here it's very difficult for you to see. So what I'm going to do now is just show you. I've got the greys and browns, and I'm going to work quickly in the background. These are the koi water brushes. Now you won't see much happening because they're quite light. I've got my eco-lines as well, and I'm just going to put that in the background there, especially on the writing. If you can't see what you're doing, have the picture next to you, and what you can do is just pick out the elements like I'm doing there. So I've got a little bit of that. I quite like the grey in that one I'm going to use as well. So I've got a little bit of the grey coming in. I don't want it too dark, but I want it to sort of have that vintagey feel. Go over the flowers, not the daisies, go over the flowers, but what I'm saying is don't worry too much, because we'll pick up some of them, and we could even decoupage them later. So I'm making going over this element as well. I'm going to come in with some browns now, a lighter brown, so because I'm conscious that they're quite heavy. So just a little bit there, and I'm switching between the 2 pens so that I've got a blend of colours. And you'll see when I look at my colour chart, you'll see I'm looking at these sort here, so you can see that these are the tones. So don't worry, that they will look nice when they come together. Now I'm going to switch to a little bit of green. So, and the greens are in the same sort of hue family as that, so just a little bit down here. And I must remember that I've got that dark colour up there, so what I need to do is bring the dark down here as well. So I've got a little bit of the brown here. Can you see how I've got to match up? Now don't worry, because all you've got to do is just huff and puff on these and they'll come up again. So again, get your pens on. And I want a vintagey feel on this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a really lovely lemon. Now, it'll be really bright, and I don't want it that bright, so I'm going to be a little bit conservative with this, and I'm just going to put a little bit on. and I'll probably take a bit of that off as well, just there, because I am conscious of it. I don't want it to be too light. So then what I'm going to do is get a greyer version and just the edges like that. You might even not see this, but it just takes the edge off it. And then going to have a touch of purple in the middle. And because these are all cooler tones, I'm going to go with a cooler tone here. So what a cooler tone is, if I show you to go in with that one, it is a lot darker and more red. You can put a little bit in to warm it up, and just be selective. Put it on the bird as well if you want. So don't forget that's on. And then just to marry this up, go back over your areas and put a little bit of the colours that are in the bird and in the flower in other areas, only because it links it all up. So that looks like, wow, there's a lot going on. But once I start to add some water techniques to this, you will see it's quite a different look altogether. So just a tiny bit of black on there and on there, tiny bit on the bird, just to give him that, just on elements like the writing. I want to pick out that, some of the stems there, some of the blueprints. And you might think, well, why have you put them colours on? Only because, just smudge that out if you don't want it. I must go back in with another colour there because I don't like that one there. So now I'm going to just go with that. And then we huff. So we take our stamp, we huff. Sounded a bit strange, didn't it? And then we go straight down. And we need to give it a really good press. So I'll come back to you. Leave it a minute to set in, and then I'll come back to you and show it when it's all inked up. Okay, I've pulled off the stamp image, and this is the first stamp I got from it. Then this is, I sprayed a little bit of water on it, and I got the second generation, and then the third generation is that one, and I just cleaned up there. So you can see I could have got another one out of it. So it's your choice, whichever you want. You might want to go with that one. You might want to go with this one and draw back into it, or stamp over it if it's on a platform. I'm going to work on this one because it's quite strong, but once I start softening it up, it looks different again. So what I'm going to do is just get a few of these little stamps. I don't know whether I need it at the moment, and I'm just going to place them on and think, well, do I actually need them yet or not? Do I actually want these long ones on, or do I not? So I've got, you know, options here. Do I want that on there? Do I need to link it out? I could even put little bits across. So these ones here, I really this sort of go with this wonderful background in the back. So what you want to do really is do this. My advice is stamp it twice, and then what you can do is collage. But just to show you now, I am just going to pull out a tiny bit of colour, and all I'm doing is just pulling the colours out. And because the colours are different, I've added colour like yellows and stuff. You will see that the images, it's almost like the old magic paper. The images start to come out. Now, if you haven't got enough colour, don't worry. All you do is you get the colours that you were using and introduce more colour. So there's the daisies, you know. So I think now I'm just going to put a little bit of colour and bring the colour across there. And I might add a little bit of purple in there. So what I mean is, what you can do is just flood some purple in like that. Don't do that with some pens, they don't like it. Ecolines are fine, but some pens don't like them. So I've just added that in there. Too much water, just pull it out again. That's the beauty of this. And then pull the colour through. And then in the background, I am just going to, and this is seriously all you do, is just bring the colour out just with a damp paintbrush. You're not doing a lot, you're trying to give it that vintagey feel. So almost like days gone by and it's been hidden for ages. But my advice is when you get this, make sure that that blends out like that. So That way it's not too overpowering. Right, where the flowers are, I'm just going to bring in, so the purple comes out, bring that out a bit there, dab it off. Have a tissue ready, because you don't want to obliterate the stamping, you just want to bring out the colour. Can you see now that's too heavy? But you just stamp it off. Now what I am going to do is get the dark colour that's behind the stamp that I used. If you remember, if you go back, I used black at the very end. And I'm just going to get a little bit more black onto my mat. And I'm just going to create a shadow, because actually it might be better with a grey. I'll show you what I mean. Grey isn't as harsh. So if I was to show you the difference, we've got, it's really quite subtle. Can you see? So maybe the grey, and it just bring the colours out, feed them out there. I like that. I really like that. So soft. You can. I like the watercolour. Actually, I like the idea of having the black with it as well, and the brown. So you can sort of make some areas really dark. Oh, I love that. And then others quite light and brown. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. So you can see you've got that nice bit of yellow coming out. Now feed a tiny bit of grey and black with it. It's a warm sort of shadow. Blend it all out. And do the same round here. So I could do this for hours and hours and hours. But again, come back to the thing. The actual stamp has done all the work. Like the seahorse one, like them all, they've all done the work. The stamp is there, the elements are there. All you have to do is use your imagination and a few pens, and that is all you have to do. So hopefully come back in a little few minutes when I've had my mindfulness of just painting, and we'll see the end result.
I love the way that Lou just draws out the colour, draws out the detail by using that wet brush. It's incredible, isn't it? You can see all of the show again. It will be available on Rewind for you. So when you get your stamps home, remember it's on extended delivery, dispatching on the 20th of April. I nearly said January then, of April. When you get them home, you can watch the shows again. And you can watch those demonstrations from Lou, so you can craft along with her. It's brilliant, it really is. Now, I do need to tell you, this fall collection, 3/4 of the stock has gone. 3/4 of the stock now gone. We have had queues on the phones, but you've bared with us, and it's okay now. The queues have gone. You can order on the website as well. £53.91 as a Freedom member. You've got your savings from the one-day special carried over into your complete collection. But the price is divisible by 3, but you don't need to divide the stock by 3. We'll send everything out to you in one go, and we only divide the price into 3. That's 3 payments, £17.97 if you're a Freedom member, no P&P to pay. But if you're not a Freedom member, you're also getting a great saving, and you can also divide the cost into 3 as well. So if you're not a Freedom member, the price is £59.90, saving £26. It's a great saving, it really is, and an ideal opportunity within this one-day special to get it. £19.97, 3 payments if you're not a Freedom member. However, I'm just saying that I don't know whether it's going to last the hour, because 3/4 of the stock has gone. It's been tremendously busy, tremendously busy. So that is for the complete collection from Studiolight. Now the details for the individual one-day specials are at the bottom of the screen. So you've got 2 individual sets. You've got set number 1, which is right there, and you've got set number 2. Set number 1 is called, if I remember rightly, that's it, your Voyage from Home. And then you've got the Flora and Fauna, which is set number 2. So that's your one-day special. And those are the details at the bottom of the screen. 1 item number, 2 options by name. Your 3rd option that we've got right here, including washi tape, that lovely washi tape from Studiolight. You've got your 2 dies in there and your 4 stamps. That, the details are at the bottom of your screen, £29.98, 193 173. But so many are going for full, complete collection. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's a marvellous deal. We've got some great detail in these stamps, and the demonstrations from Lou are incredible, giving you inspiration. Talking of Lou, let's go back and have a look at some more demos from Lou.
Right, okay, I've let it dry a little bit, but I've done nothing else to it, because I want to show you now how I sort of do my mindfulness now. And the way I do it is I'm going to do some pointillism, and pointillism means exactly that, point. And it's where you create depth by adding dots, but the nearer the dots together, the denser, the darker. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. So if I just put loose dots around this flower, you can see there's an outline. But if I then bring in these dots and make them loose outside toward the end, but dense in the middle, let me just show you what I mean. And now I'm creating light and dark. So this is how some of the artists who dealt with pointillism used to do it with lots of different colours. But I just want to show you how just a little act of mindfulness, and you're just looking at how dense the dots are, then going in between. So you do that all, and I'm just going to do around the flowers, because I don't want to do anything else. I mean, it could be the word, but I'd have also like a sentiment here, but it's just, everybody talks about mindfulness, but what does it look like? Well, to me this is what it looks like. And I have all sorts of manner of different size pens. This is the 0.5, and it's easier for you to see on the screen. So you can see I'm just making it denser there underneath the leaf, but as it comes away from the dense part, it's, you know, the spaced apart. So I really enjoy this part, and this is normally the part you don't get to see, because it's all sort of time, you know, scarce really. So that's what we do. And then the other part that I do is I create a wash in the background. But the problem is you can create a wash with some of these pens and they will be ruined. There is a little trick I've found that you can do with your pens, and that's a little bit of sandpaper, but it doesn't always work, but it seems to have worked for me. So I'm just going to go around here. Now I'm not going to show you all of it, but just going to show you that when you have done that, you can do the same around here. You can leave them as dense or as light as you want, but as you can see now, that creates a whole, and you don't have to be knowledgeable about where the dots, you just, if you want a blacker area, you put more on, if you want it lighter. So you can see all this tiny area now, and if you've really made a right sort of peak tongue of your stamping, as long as you don't try to do it in lines, this is a real get out of. And anyway, when you see dandelions and buttercups and stuff, you see they have little black dots in them, but that's a way of getting the central area to have more impact. So I'm just going to finish this little bit, only because I really want to. I'm really enjoying it. And again, you can get lots of different nib shapes and sizes. Just going to go right round, concentrate on that dark area to give it an outside edge. So I hope that helped, because I've often been asked about that. Then the background, all I want to do is, so the focal point is the actual flower, is I'm going to introduce a wash. Now I'm conscious that some of the dark colours will overpower, but the problem is you don't want to not do it, but you don't want it to run too much. So what you have to do is be a bit quick with it. And if you get some that's a little bit overpowering, that's not a problem. You just, but don't put your pen on them now. Leave that to completely dry. That's why I wanted to show you this. And then you can do the same. And then what you can do is add like little gems to the middle if you wanted. Actually, I can actually just put a couple on to show you what I mean. I've got some little gems here, and I'm just going to put a few on. So not everywhere, just one or two, because you don't want it to be too much. But what you can do is just do that. And then that's enough. You don't even have to have that many thinner ones if you want, smaller ones. But to me, this beautiful, mindful pointillism really has a great impact on your work.
Certainly will. Thanks for that, Lou. Right, we need to come over to the stencils. Over 80% of the stock has gone. Sorry, bit of a floating head at the moment. Right, if you want all 6 of the stencils, you also get the little ring binders. So you can put them all together. The full 6 that you're getting here, £22.94, saving £7. My word, that is a great deal. I'm just so jealous because I can't run out and get them. I would certainly be using these with some lovely textured paste. I think they'd look fantastic. If you do want 6, it's £22.94, saving £7. 042 325, but I'm being told they are flying out. They're going rapidly, were the words used. Right, let's have a look at the website. This is where you can see all the items that we've got for you on the show, so you can put them all into your basket if you want to. And when you're done, if your basket is £30 or more, you can divide the cost into 3 payments over 3 months. That's all part of our Easter Extra Flexi, which started on the 9th of April and ends on the 14th. Right, oh my word. I want to thank the girls and guys up in the call centre as well, because they've been extremely busy getting through your calls. I could hear how many of you were coming through for these. So, yeah, girls and guys in the call centre, thank you so much for working hard. Lots of you ordering on the website as well. What do we have for you? Well, your one-day special, you've got 2 options and a 3rd option, but everyone's going for the 3 options together. Now, sometime in the future, we might have an extension to give you the full complete collection. So there might be some stencils coming in the future. So bear that in mind. Get these in your baskets today and check on out. So you've got these ready for when those stencils come out. £59.90. If you're a Freedom member, you are saving £31.99 on this price. And you can divide that cost into 3. It's a why not deal. £17.97 today, and then another payment in a month's time, and another payment in a month's time after that, because you can divide the cost into 3. It's all part of that special deal that we've got going on at the moment. And so many of you, oh my word, have gone for the 3 sets that we've got for you. You've got your Sea collection, which is beautiful with the seahorses in there. You've got your fauna collection, lovely flora collection of flowers, and then you've got your dies and your stamps as well. So many different projects you can apply these to. Use them with your fabric inks if you want to make and create your tote bags, to make cushions, for example, aprons or table decoration. Use them for artwork, for your walls as well. Use them for your cards, for your journals. Use part of them, use all of them. Use them together, use them separately. There's so many different ways that you can build and create using the techniques that Lou has been showing us on her demonstrations. We'll have more demonstrations from Lou tomorrow in the live show. The next show for your one-day special is 8 o'clock tonight. It will be a repeat of this show. And you have repeats overnight. The reason why I'm telling you that is because we do get busy overnight. People come and join us at different times of night, and from all over Europe as well. And we're already 3/4 of the stock gone. Over 3/4 of the stock gone, and we're only just into our first hour of Studiolight. The extended delivery is on the 20th of April, and the price you're seeing on your screen at the moment is everything that we have here, including that fabulous washi tape as well. In fact, I'm going to bring these over because we're not separating these. You're going for the 3 sets together. £53.91, Freedom members saving £31.99. You've got so many of you putting these into your baskets. Here's the thing though, you do need to check out your baskets to make sure it's yours. If you leave it in your basket for longer than 10 minutes, if you're online at the moment, somebody might come along and take it from you. Just the way it is. So check out your baskets, make sure you get the collection. It's absolute brilliant deal, it really is. I want to thank Lou Withers as well. She was with us in video and telephone form. It's great to speak to her today, it really was. Do go and check her Facebook lives as well in between the shows, but stay where you are. We've got more coming up on Hochanda.